I've always made the argument that much of our standardized testing is of limited utility. I don't think it really is a true picture of what goes on in our schools or even a true picture of what students know. This is Wes Hickey, Director of the UT Tyler School of Education, and in this Weekly 5 we want to talk about is STAAR fair. And I know a lot of you guys have been going through the STAAR test last week, and I happened to read an article recently in the Texas Tribune that talked a lot about the STAAR and why it was unfair. One of the things that a study out of Texas A&M Commerce found is that other than the 8th grade reading test, all the other ones are written at least 2 levels above the grade being tested. So a 5th grade student doing a 5th grade test would need to be able to have a vocabulary of 7th grade or above. And so a lot of times individuals will look at that and think, well, this probably is not a fair type situation. But I think it gets even worse on this, is that many of the passages require this nuanced interpretation that really puts individuals that are not in the status quo, that are not in the majority population that does the writing of the test, at a disadvantage. And this includes Hispanic students or African American students, because they come from backgrounds that may not provide the same type of experiences that allow an individual to be able to answer these questions effectively. They used in the article, and I'll put the article in there too, the idea of the Lewis and Clark expedition being described from the background of a dog, and that being able to put all these little different parts in there oftentimes makes it very, very difficult for minority students. And when it comes down to it, the thing is that the test itself certainly is not any kind of indication of the value that we want to place on students. In fact, I heard a deputy commissioner the other day say that it was educational malpractice if our schools go forward and put too much pressure on students in regard to these tests. The only problem is these are high stakes tests, and frankly the pressure is kind of baked into it all, and that many times is that our students are going to feel the pressure because they're going to feel it from their parents. They're going to recognize that this is something that's very important to the district, and they're going to feel pressure over what's going on. So I don't know about educational malpractice. I think ultimately, if we're going to put the tests in place and put the kind of stakes that we put on it and put the grades that come from those kind of tests that the entire community sees, I think that stress is going to be there for our students, and we see it oftentimes when they do take the test. And here at UT Tyler, let us know what we can do, and remember to inspire and educate, be an architect of human potential.